Welcome everybody to the last sprint of the Writercastle Steegilworferr writeathon. We are the music room, so throughout the whole writeathon you have been wandering from room to these beautiful historic castle wings, and we're going to end in the music room. So hi, and I have my two lovely hosts with me. Would they like to introduce themselves?
Sure. My name is Marta. I make writing vlogs normally every second Wednesday. But for November, I'll be making videos every Wednesday because I'm working on a special nano project,
Yay!
which I'm very excited about. And I write fantasy again, usually, but I'm not right now because my project is with beta readers. So I think that's everything.
That's exciting. Hi, everybody. I am Wallissimo from the channel Wallissimo, and I also make writing vlogs and videos, also sometimes travel videos, also sometimes simming content, also sometimes reading things. My channel doesn't have an identity, but I am on a teensy bit of what started off unintentional but has now become an intentional internet vlogging hiatus type thing, but hopefully we'll be returning within the next couple of weeks. Typically, I put videos out on Tuesdays. Wait, is it Tuesdays?
Yes.
I think it's Tuesdays. So,
awesome. I would love for the simming content to make a return when your hiatus is complete, personally.
I don't know what to do about. I have a second channel called Wally Simmer, and I was like, oh, that is such an iconic name. I have to do content just to do this. I literally have Sim in my name. But I don't know. Live streaming just wasn't for me. So maybe what I'll do is I'll wait for The Sims 5 to come out, and then I'll start like video type videos. But we'll see. I have no idea.
Let's say hello to our lovely friends in the chat. Hi, Mark, and Casey, and Shannon, and Danny, and Jazz, and Haley. Hi, guys. Please let us know if you've been doing the write-a-thon from the beginning. How is it going? Did you stay up all night? Give us all the deets. Lots of love for the lip color. Yeah.
It is. Hold on. I can go find which one it is.
I must know. And the combination of the fairy lights in the background with the plaid pillows, I'm just loving the vibe, and it kind of matches the timer that I have pulled up for our first timer.
I'm trying to get into the holiday spirit a little bit early, so we've got like a very fall red, and then I've got a Christmas kind of sweater. Okay, so it is a YSL liquid lip tattooage couture matte stain in the color 8.
Ooh.
So there you go. There you go.
Lovely, lovely. Awesome. Well, what are you guys working on today?
I am working on my secret nano project that I guess is no longer a secret, so I no longer have to call it that. I'm working on Ryan's character design. That's what I'm doing.
Amazing. Are you drawing them digitally or traditionally?
Digitally.
Oh, that's so exciting. My husband Luke and I are trying to teach ourselves how to draw because we're really interested in digital drawing. So if you have any tips on like tablets or programs, like we're super new, need all the advice we can get.
Sure. I mean, I started working with Krita, which is open source and it's free. So if you're just like starting out, I would recommend using that because you don't have to invest any money up front.
Yep.
At the minute, I'm using Clip Studio Paint, which I like a lot better, but it's like I think 200 something pounds, although they do like half price offers a couple of times a year.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely start with Krita if you just like want to try it out to begin with.
Yeah. Okay, noted. How about you, Wallace?
Well, so when I agreed to be on the stream, I didn't realize I was going to be on a writing hiatus.
That's fair.
But I don't want to create like a lack of productivity energy. So I am going to be productive, and basically I'm going to be using this stream to do a little bit of Christmas shopping, but also, yes, very exciting. But also I'm going to start planning my life for when I come out of this hiatus type experience that I'm going through. So even though I won't be writing, I will be making writing related plans. So
I love that. I love that. I always feel like I end up taking a big hiatus from writing at the end of the year, whether I intend to or not. And so this
Mhm.
year, I think I'm going to do it intentionally for the first time.
Right? So
So, yeah.
that's kind of the mental state I reached about 2 weeks ago. I was like, okay, I'm not writing anyway. And I've taken a full year off from doing nano type events. And I was going to kind of break that by participating in JanuaryMo if Katie Ann does JanuaryMo.
Hmm.
And so I said, you know what? Why don't we just fully decide we're just not writing for the rest of the year? And that way, then we can jump into JanuaryMo. So
I love it. I love it. And January has like that fresh energy that
it
you
does.
need that I think it will be infectious. I think that sounds good. Let me see. Words from the Void. I never heard of this write-a-thon. I was just on the hunt for some live writing sprints to finally get my behind down to writing. Well, welcome. Um, if you didn't know, Michael here is the creator of the write-a-thon, so feel free to go check out his channel and the playlist. We're the last sprint, but if you need some sprints to rewatch later, there's a bunch of lovely people that streamed before us. No worries. Sleep is valuable. Nina will be outlining my brand new book, which I should not be doing, but here we are. Like every time I see Nina, she's got a new book, and I don't know if they're all the same new books or if they're all different new books. Danny has just over 30 pages left of client copy
Ooh.
edits. Nice.
I love Danny being a
Chemistry.
business
I
person.
know. I love this for you.
Hmm. Good for
Oh,
you. Amazing job.
I'm so jealous. Love it. I was looking for a music themed timer for today and couldn't come up with one. So, if any of my timer girlies in the chat, I found a niche. Ooh, gothic romance. Very cool. Words is going to continue working on my Dominion, really niche and honestly really bad show from the 2010s rewrite. I'm at 11K and aim to get to 15 today.
Ooh, that's a big writing day.
I'm
Best of all.
so here for anything 2010s. Like, amazing. Love it.
Wait, I have a question for Jacqueline Kirk.
Yeah.
I would like to know the setting of your gothic romance because I feel like setting within a gothic story is like a character in of itself. So that's my question.
Yes, please fill us in. Mama Maggie is still working on how I became a crazy cat lady to survive the zompocalypse. Oh my gosh. I love that. Hi, Jabria. Nina says, most of the time they are not the same and just completely different books. I've yet to learn not to chase shiny new ideas. Oh, can I just have a drop of your creative energy? That is so awesome. I'm such a one idea kind of girl. To my detriment
Same.
sometimes.
Yeah, me too.
Danny, I have just been buzzing with being able to say stuff like my client because I'm just so happy to have my first official job as a freelance editor. Oh, I'm so excited for you, Danny. Congratulations on taking that first step. That is awesome.
That is awesome.
All right, well, I'm gonna hop us into our first sprint. So, I'm doing a little bit of a longer sprint today. I hope everyone is. Ooh. I hope everyone is good with the 30 minutes. All of these come from Laura Nettles.
Cozy.
So cozy. I tried to pick out some, November timers. This is really giving me the same vibe as Wallace's backdrop. I love it.
Oh,
Um, so happy productivity, everybody, and good luck. All right, everybody, that is the end of the sprint. How'd we do?
I watched some videos about Notion because I asked the chat what sort of desktop planning system I should use, and Notion was the one that was recommended. And now I'm on Etsy looking at templates that people sell, like pre-made Notion templates, because
Yeah.
the videos I was watching were like, here's how you break out the HTML code. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
You don't need that, though.
I was like, this is taking me back to my MySpace days, and I was an avid MySpace curator, but I'm like, I'm not ready to enter that era again. So I'm just going to let the girlies on Etsy do it for me.
Oh my gosh, I totally fell down that rabbit hole as well once upon a time with Notion, where some people just are so talented, and I cannot make my Notion look the way that theirs looks.
The problem is that I once, earlier this year, I literally did that thing where you turn your iPad into like an aesthetic mood board where you like make individual icons for every app on your iPad that like all the same like color scheme and everything like that. And it took hours. Was it worth it? Absolutely. My iPad is beautiful. My iPad is beautiful, but it's also like, oh, the idea of doing it is very daunting. And so I'm like, let's see if the Etsy girls can pull through with me.
Was it hard to like get used to not having the apps look the way that like your muscle memory thinks they look?
No, because I found icons, pre-made icons that were basically the same icons that the companies designed, but just minimalist. So all within like the same color scheme as each other. But like Instagram went from being, the bright, colorful thing that it is to just like it was like a pinky beige, but it still had that Instagram icon on it and like a little bit of shadow work and stuff. And so it was really pretty, but they were all, easily visible to me. But there are some people who like make totally new ones. So like Instagram, it's, a little girl like looking cute. I don't know. And it's a little cartoon picture of a girl. That I wouldn't be able to do because I'd be like, which I forget.
Yeah. So. Cool.
Marta, how'd you do?
I worked on sketching my character for a little bit. Already getting infuriating with it. I think I'm gonna scratch it and start with a different pose because I think the pose I was trying was too difficult. But
what was the pose?
I wanted to do like, because I'm trying to do like thumbnails where I've got my character and then me next to them and like striking similar poses. So I thought for this character he could be like passing me a letter, but like it's not working.
That is so cool.
I think you can do it. I believe in you.
I might give it another shot, like get rid of this one, try that pose again. If it doesn't work, I'll go for a different pose.
Okay.
That is so cool to have yourself be in the image as well. I love that. I also had a little music-related question for the chat since we are the music room.
Wait, how did you get on?
Oh, me? Oh, with the sprint. Yeah. Oh, I was good. I got about 400 words, which was good, but it took me like a solid 10 minutes to, like remember where I was last night and kind of clean up what I had written last night because last night was so messy. But yeah, I've been really excited to write this scene that I'm in because I'm introducing like the main like B-plot character, like the love interest in this scene. So like finally I feel like, okay, all the pieces are on the board and now the story can go, So yeah, it was good. Thank you. But yeah, I wanted to ask everybody some music related questions. So our first one for you ladies, do you like writing to music? And if so, what kind?
I love writing to music. It depends on how noisy my brain is. If I'm struggling to focus on the story, then I have to write to instrumental. But if I'm really, really in the mood to write and I'm really in the headspace for the story, then I can listen to the stories playlist, which is like a playlist of songs I make of actual vocal tracks. But like it is a balancing act though, because sometimes I'll just like sit back and listen to the song and visualize the scene, but not actually write it down. But yes, no, writing to music is my preferred way. If I'm not writing to music, then something is very wrong.
Cool. Yeah. How about you, Marta?
I very strongly dislike writing to music. The only situation in which I will do that is if my neighbors are playing music and they're playing like dance music with like this, definitely not the right mood for my writing, and then I will pull up some instrumental music to drown their music out.
Yeah.
But in general, I prefer writing to silence, but I do like brainstorming to music.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, I'm the same as, I think, like you just said, brainstorming to music, and like Wallace said, like if it's a vocal track, sometimes I just get lost and my like imagination becomes a music video and I'm not writing anymore. I'm just vibing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I definitely, if it is music, it has to be instrumental or else I will get distracted. I wish I could. I wish I could write to music with words and kind of like pull the power from the words and put it into the scene, but I don't know. My brain can't do it. Nina says, I love listening to music when writing, sometimes with lyrics, sometimes instrumental, but I always make a playlist for each story idea and associate one song with each important character too. I like that. I'm also a fan of background noises. Danny, 50-50, whether I use a playlist or, is it ambiance? Ambience?
I always say ambiance.
Ambiance, I will go with that. Versus not having anything playing. Michael's go-to writing and productivity music is that of Nobuo Uematsu's, as per the soundtrack of the Final Fantasy game. I love soundtracks. I need to remember to do more soundtracks. Because they're instrumental, but they can be really intense and powerful, right?
Yeah, very atmospheric.
Jabria says yes and no. I usually need some kind of noise going on while I'm writing. Sometimes it's music, sometimes it's the TV running in the background. If it's music, though, it's either going to be some kind of lo-fi instrumental stream that matches the vibe of what I'm working on, or a playlist I've created specifically for the project.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, it has to be the right kind of mood of music. Like, I can't be listening to, well, I can always listen to Taylor Swift, but I can't be listening to, just like the Hamilton musical while I'm writing a specific story, like.
Yeah, I'm also so jealous of anyone that can write while the TV's on, because I'm so distractible. I could never. Adam says it's 10:30 in the morning and I am not awake, but I will enjoy this time with friends because friendship is life. Hi, Adam.
Are you in the States, Adam? Because you got an extra hour of sleep last night. We all did. So what's going on with your sleep schedule that you're still struggling?
This is the best night of sleep we're going to have all year.
Yeah.
Jacqueline enjoys ambient music to listen to, and Nox Arcana are a good band to listen to as it's instrumental. Okay, writing it down. Nox Arcana. That sounds like a spell. I love that name.
It does sound like a spell.
Katie Ann writes, hi Katie. I have to have music to write to or else I can't focus. Usually I listen to my playlist, but if I'm really in the zone, I'll just repeat a song over and over again. As for what kind I listen to, I usually have a lot of pop, R&B, and indie, although right now my playlist is exclusively Midnights, and Maroon has been on repeat for days. I haven't listened to the album yet. Can I just admit that?
It's okay, me neither.
Do you enjoy Taylor Swift's music?
I do. I think I'm just waiting for like the perfect time to listen to it all the way through.
Let me set the scene for you.
I'm ready.
It is nighttime, obviously. You are in a dark room
Mm-hmm.
Preferably there's like a little bit of drizzly rain outside, like
Ooh,
moody weather.
stunning.
And you either have like LED, like one strip of LED lights off in a corner somewhere, or like your closet light on, but like just cracked just a little bit. So there's one sliver of light coming into your room, one light source, and it's a small light source, okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're gonna lay in bed and you're gonna put on headphones. This is a headphones album for your first time, okay?
Okay.
You put
Yes.
on headphones. Because here's my thing. You either want to listen to this album with a ton of friends, or you want to listen to this. I saw this as a tweet. This is not my own joke. You want to listen to this album as if you're in a sensory deprivation tank. And I personally, every time I listen to Taylor Swift, I feel like my first Taylor Swift listen is always vastly improved if I'm doing a sensory deprivation. And this is, I think, a sensory deprivation kind of album.
Okay.
And that's what it is. So listen to it in bed at night, all by yourself. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. There you go.
I'll keep you posted on how it goes.
Please do.
Caitlin says it depends on the project and the environment. Writing at a coffee shop or library needs something to drown out the noise. At home and it's quiet, a luxury, not a necessity. I'm with you on that one. 9 pages for Mark, woo woo, and 22 pages for Danny. Nice job, guys. 252 words for Jacqueline, and distracted by a new grandbaby. Oh my gosh. Wow, 901 words for Words for the Void. That is amazing. 137 for Jabria, and 218 for Katie. You guys crushed it.
Wait, an idea seedling, Katie, what?
Call it.
Yeah. For anybody who doesn't know, Katie is inadvertently probably going to do a 500,000 wordy this year by accident.
Oh my god.
She's very close. She's very close.
Wow.
So,
Oh my gosh.
And so
December rival?
for her to be getting another idea, oh my god. Stop it.
Girl, please. Here's your... I can't read, sorry. I just stroked out. Here's how you reroute your Notion. Wow, say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, that's tough.
I am physically incapable of writing without music, but that has nothing to do with inspiration and everything to do with my ADHD brain bees. I need some quick beats with a healthy bass. Yes, actually the bass is interesting. I also find that I need something that's kind of on the lower register that will very much be kind of like a hum that drowns.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah,
there's
it's like
to
the
that.
music is the focusing guide. If I don't have music and there's just silence, like even TV playing can be a focusing guide because it's just like a consistent whatever nonsense in the background. But like if there's nothing in the background, look, like there's construction outside my door and then suddenly I'm like, ooh, like how is the building going? Or like a
Yeah.
bird tweets and flies off. I'm like, ooh, what is that thing? And I just continuously get pulled out of the story. So I need the music or the background noise is sort of like this bubble barrier that creates, a barrier between me and being pulled out into the outside world. So that's why I need it.
Agree.
I find it so strange though that you can like drown out actual people talking on the TV, but you can't drown out construction noise. Like,
well,
surely the TV
like,
is more distracting.
I mean, for me, if it's gonna be a specific type of TV. Like if my family is watching a football game, that's super easy to drown out because you have like the consistent noise of the cheering of the crowd and like the commentators have very specific ways of talking that are like not monotone, but they're just like super easy to ignore. But if it's like a moody drama and like there's lots of quiet moments and then bits of dialogue and like then I'll have a tougher time. For me, it's just about there has to be a base level when there's silence and then a noise and silence and then a noise. That's when I'm, squirrel, like distracted. So I need the like consistent thrum of something. So, and in my house, normally if the TV's on, it's usually sports of some kind, which is why I say I can write when the TV's on.
Okay.
We'll accept it. Nina talked to Anne because she's not happy with me starting a new project. She said I can't start anything new until next year. Ooh. be a little bit of a challenge. As for icons, I just assumed that a brand protects their logo and it'll stare at you in the face for eternity. I like that the iPad allows you to customize it.
Yeah. Oh no, sorry. That would be tough.
More love for the
Thank you.
lipstick.
It's YSL Tattooage Couture Matte Stain in 8. I'm just being a little beauty influencer over here.
Don't forget to do the focus.
Oh, yeah. Can you see it? Can you see it?
Is it focusing?
Yeah.
$7.89. That is amazing. Great job. Something from Fantasia just plays in my head anyway. It's unavoidable. That's interesting. So I have this phenomenon where every morning when I wake up, I have a different song in my head, just stuck in there, and I want to know what the name of this is. And it plays in my head for the whole rest of the day. If I'm not listening to anything else, that song is playing.
Oh my.
And I don't know where the song comes from. I should start writing them down and see if I can determine a pattern.
A pattern. Yeah. That's so interesting.
Yeah, I'll just open my eyes and some Maroon 5 song is playing. And you're like, guess we're doing this today.
That was me for the week after Midnight's, the album came out, because I would listen to it all day. And so then I'd wake up and, I'd be singing the burgundy on my t-shirt. Anyway, doesn't matter.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
The playlist depends on the whip and the mood. Shannon loves writing music. I'm all over the board with what kind. It's more of a mood thing. Actually made a video on the topic. Yeah, the mood thing definitely makes sense. Family's moving around, so no more writing for me now. Well, you did awesome. You crushed it. You can feel very good about taking a break, especially for pancakes. As for Michael.
Yeah, but unfortunately it's over. So
yeah,
sleep has come and gone.
Back to regular life. Ooh, piano and violin covers. That is a vibe for sure.
But see, here's the thing about us, Words from the Void, is we love cults. I'm a big proponent of cults. I think they're great. I think everybody should join a cult at least once in their life.
I'm not going to condone that, but...
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh. How close are you really? I have to know. That's insane.
I'm trying to think. I mean, she was over 400 something the last time I checked in with her. And I think if she finishes Invisible String, she hits it. I think that's what it was. So I think she was almost at 450 at this. But Katie, correct me if I'm incorrect, but she was very close.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that could be said about many, many things, including sports, including TV.
Also, my point to you is, why is that a problem? Why is that an issue? Why are you getting mad at people having a good time? Maybe you need to reflect on yourself.
Casey found the background she wanted to use for her timer and put down the first font boxes. Okay, I tried to make a timer this week just to see, could I make one? Would it be too hard? And it was so time intensive. I think I just can't. You guys have so much patience.
Are you doing it manually?
Sure was. Yeah, sure was.
Do not do it manually. There's so many easier ways.
I mean, I obviously used a lot of copy paste in Canva.
Still.
I gave up really early. Don't worry.
Okay.
All right. I am going to go ahead and get us into our next sprint. Thank you all for those lovely music comments. And we will have a next one to consider.
Also, Katie has told us her update that she is at 420 for the year.
Let me
blaze it.
Oh my god. Wow. Holy moly. That's insane. That is insane. I hope you do a no Milwordy next year. And rest. Oh my good gracious.
Katie is incapable of rest. This is a fact about her personally. I have tried to get her to rest many a time, and she won't. She refuses. So,
What is like the opposite of a half Milwordy or a Milwordy where it's like rest?
that's what I do.
Go to bed.
It's just I think about writing, but I don't actually write. So,
All right, everybody, here's our next 30-minute sprint from Laura again. Thank you, Laura, and happy productivity. All right, everybody. That is the end of the sprint. How was that 30 minutes for you guys?
It was good. I called somebody and we had a chat about writing related things. So
Cool.
I felt like it was a very productive sprint for that person.
Awesome. Well, you're a good writing friend. Definitely.
Well, I mean, it's not their fault. I called them. So
Oh my gosh. How about you, Marta?
I got some more progress done on my drawing. I think I will keep that pose. I think I like it better now that I fixed it a little bit.
Nice. Awesome. I got almost another 400, so that was pretty good.
that's amazing.
I am quite behind on Nano right now. I think we're supposed to be hitting 10K today,
Mhm.
and I am just over 6.5. So your girl has
Hey,
some catching up to do, but we're not, totally out of the game.
I am no longer the queen of the Troublemakers Discord. I have turned over that responsibility to Katie Ann Wrights, but I propose that somebody should host a nano emergency 5K day this week for anybody who's behind and needs a little bit of a swoop swoop up.
A swoop swoop.
Um, a swoop swoop. So if anybody who is part of the Troublemaker Discord would like to volunteer, get in touch with Katie Ann Rice because she can open up a spontaneous 5K day channel for anybody who would like to participate. So
Yeah. I think that would be nice because 5K is definitely like my ceiling of like what I can do in one
Mhm.
day. It will
Mhm.
melt my brain and turn my brain into goo, but I could do it with enough forethought and planning.
Mhm. And with motivation from friends who are also participating.
Yes. Yeah. Um, I did the 5 a.m. challenge in September, so I will let someone else take the torch on the 5K day.
The 5 a.m. challenge wrecked my life.
Yes, me
Yeah,
too.
I was
I'm still not
so,
okay.
oh my God. The recovery has been endless.
Yeah. It oh my gosh, and I was sick that week, and so,
I
like, I
know. I
think the
felt
not
so,
sleeping just prolonged my cold, and so I felt
yeah.
like I had a cold for, like, 2 weeks, and
Oh,
I will blame it on the 5 AM writing challenge 100%. Well, anyway, do we wanna do our playlist questions? So I asked the chat about playlists.
mhm.
Do you make project playlists when starting a new WIP, and does it like I know this is kind of like Sarah J. Maas style. Like she's talked about how when she makes a playlist, she picks a song for each scene, and so the playlist
Mm,
becomes like an outline, which is kind of
yeah,
cool. Or
that is
is your
awesome.
playlist just vibes, just moments?
So it's for me, I wouldn't say that there is a distinct formula that I follow, but what typically happens is I will get a story idea from listening to music. I listen to music a lot and I call it dancing, but I'm not even dancing. It's like maladaptive daydreaming where I've just got my headphones in and I'm just kind of pacing around my room, letting my
Mm,
imagination run me all over the place. And if there is a song that suddenly really starts solidifying a story for me, um, I kind of yeah, once I have an idea for like a plan of I'm definitely going to write a story about the way that I feel or the daydream that I'm having when I'm listening to that song, then I create a playlist, but it's just that one song.
yeah,
And
that's
then
me.
because I am a like I come up with a story idea and I don't start putting words to a page until about a year, 18 months, even 3 years later.
Yeah.
And over the course of that time as the story is like brewing inside of my mind, whenever there is a song that fits that story or adds to that story, it fleshes it out further for me. I add it to the playlist. I don't ever like sit down. I'm like, today I'm making my story playlist and I'll like go through all my music and add any song that feels relevant. That's never how I do
Yeah.
it. It's always like this very long
Hmm.
process.
I've got to come across it organically.
Exactly. So
Mhm.
that's, but yes, all of my projects for the most part have playlists.
I feel like I do it in a similar way to you. Like I don't sit down to do it. I just sort of add songs as I go. But my current project is the only one that has a playlist because I didn't know of the concept of project playlists before this project. So like, I don't know if for my future projects I will make playlists before I start writing. Because for this one I was already in draft 3 when I started making the playlist. So we'll see what happens. But
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very similar where I don't intentionally set out to like sit down and create one, but if a song hits me, I do have a playlist to add to. But I want to try and like use them more because for me, they're very much like a brainstorming tool, like in that like 18-month period where it's just kind of like brewing. And then once I start writing, I actually like completely ditch them and don't listen to them anymore. And I don't know why, because like the story doesn't change so drastically that the songs don't fit anymore, you know? I think it's
Mm-hmm.
more like I'm always listening to like ambient rooms or like writing sounds when I'm actually writing and I forget that the playlist exists. But we had a lot of good answers in the chat. Let me see. Scrolling. Jacqueline says, I don't make playlists. I just find something that suits my mood at the time. Very good. Danny makes a playlist for most projects. I try to find songs where the lyrics actually fit the story, but sometimes it's just for the vibes. And here's the thing is that the people like Danny who have like a playlist for every project, I admire you so much because the music library you must have in your head must be ginormous because all the songs that I know go into this one playlist. And like, do you find yourself reusing songs on multiple projects? Like, Colin,
Yeah.
let me know.
Yeah, definitely. I've had a song that the melody fits one project, but the actual lyrics and the story of the song are completely wrong for it, but fit another project perfectly. So, but then that's complicated because I'll have a project where it's on the playlist and I'm working on that project, or I just want to get into the headspace of that project, and then that song will come on, and then I suddenly switch over into the headspace of the other project. So I have to be careful with songs like that, the crossover songs.
Yeah. Can't be contaminating ideas. Adam says if it's a project of a large enough scope and requires some kind of stylistic or thematic glue to hold it together, I will compile a playlist and play it every day for the first hour of writing. That's cool.
That is
Yeah, I
cool.
want to be like more habitual with playlists and see what that's like. Nina makes project playlists, and oftentimes songs inspire a scene, and then I have to add that, but I don't make them correlate to the progression intentionally. Sometimes it just happens, though. And Kelly joined us. Hi, Kelly. We're talking about playlists. Katie is a playlist-aholic. It's a playlist central over on Spotify. The songs are really just the vibes of the emotional arcs and sometimes just the vibes of a fight scene or a smut scene, which I love this. I'm here for this. Sacra Luna generally makes 2 or more playlists depending on the project. One is vibes, and I make multiple if I need specific character vibes. And then the second is instrumentals that follow the story arc. Ooh, I love this. I love
That's
this.
cool.
So then you basically made like a movie soundtrack. And Anne joined us. Hello. I'm sorry we're kind of at the end of the stream, Anne, but thanks for popping in. And Nia. Hi, Nia. And we had some really great progress that sprint. Mark edited 10 pages, 1,000 words, 4 words from the
Amazing.
void. Holy
Great job.
moly. In 30 minutes? Are you dictating? Please tell me. How are you doing this? Shannon got a dress, which is, achievement. And Danny finished the edits for her first client. Woo! That's gotta feel so good. Some errands for Adam. Thanks for clarifying. Katie was very productive. I cleaned my side table off and got some good talking about writing done. Ooh.
ooh. Who else do we know that was talking
Oh,
about writing
sounds
during that sprint?
familiar. Nina did some character profiles. And Nia had a family brunch, going to clean, then get to writing. I'm at 7K for the write-a-thon. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Good job. That's
Wow.
amazing.
Especially considering the write-a-thon, I think, started around noon yesterday. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So, dang. And
Yeah.
I'm assuming you got a good night's sleep in there somewhere, so that's that's crazy. Oh, thank you, Katie. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I think it's just a slow start for me this year, and that's not a bad thing. The FOMO definitely makes you feel like it's a bad thing, but the month is so long. We are fine. We are fine.
That is true.
We're all in this together. Nina's at 3K. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. For my current project, I have a playlist for every major character, 6 of them, a theme playlist with vocals, and a writing playlist, instrumentals only. Okay, so the instrumental playlist is a theme.
Mm.
So is this the 30-hour write-a-thon, Anne?
Oh gosh.
Which I love the 30-hour write-a-thon because you make the shared spreadsheet for everybody. Is that right? And everybody can try and contribute to an overall goal together. Is that right, Anne? Tell me if I'm wrong, but I loved that last time you did the 30-hour write-a-thon. Adam will catch up during the first quarter of 2023. The film company I just launched will require a lot of screenwriting to happen before the projects are in gear. Wow. You have your own film company. That's very cool.
That is very cool. Run away from the police, they're coming. We're all criminals here.
I could never do a 10K day. Have you guys ever done one? I know, Wallace, you have, right?
I have. I once did a 20K weekend, which is still the pinnacle of my writing insanity. And here's the embarrassing thing. So that 20K weekend was for this book is for October, which is my Halloween-y Hallmark movie, except it's a book, not a movie. And I definitively believe, funnily enough, that those are the best 20,000 words in the book.
Really? Oh my gosh, no way.
Like, of all the book, that is where the pacing feels great. Like, it's just going, like, the plot is going, the dialogue is good. Yeah, there were spelling errors and stuff like that, but I think it was because I wasn't overthinking. I was like, I have to get 20,000 words this weekend. I have to get this book done. It's the third act. It was basically everything except the last, 2 chapters were written of the third act were written in that 20,000 words weekend. And, yeah, I truly believe from all the rewrites and everything, that chunk is what required the least amount of editing. Yeah.
That is really cool because I would have, assumed the opposite.
Me too. Me too. During the 20,000 word weekend, I was like, okay, I just have to know, acknowledge that all of these words eventually will have to be changed and then just go in with that. And
so you just released yourself from the pressure.
Exactly. And then it ended up, and I had an outline and stuff, so there was very little chance I was going to go completely off the rails. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I wrote it and I was like, yeah, that works. These were great.
Let's go with it.
It's amazing what you can accomplish when you're not going to every single line. Does this serve the story as best as it could? And you take away all that overthinking and suddenly the book writes itself. So
yeah, that is so cool. I wonder if too, being in that act 3 had a lot to do with it, where the momentum of the story is already going, so you can just kind of ride that wave. That is very cool.
I think definitely. I think it was a combination of things. It was the desire to get through the 20,000 words, but also I had that 20K weekend, the last, I think it was October 16th and 17th, and I had a deadline to be done with the book by October 25th or something like that.
Yeah.
And this was all last year. And so I think it was the combination of trying to get through 20,000 words, but also trying to get through a ton of plot beats of the story. So, because in the past when I've done a 10K day, I sometimes hunker down too long in a scene because I'm like fleshing it out because I'm like, this is how I'm getting all my words in. You know, I'm like
Yeah,
really
yeah.
gonna describe this ballroom that they
And the
walked
camera
in.
pans everywhere.
Literally, it's like I get all the details in. Whereas with this 20,000 word weekend, it was like, okay, they do this, and it felt like this, and then they do this, and it was like this, and it just was like boom, 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 boom. Which, when you're in the third act, is kind of the feeling that you want because you're racing towards the climax. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
absolutely. Has your
Yeah.
sister read This Book is for October now?
She has. She has.
Oh my gosh, that's
I
so
know.
exciting.
I gave it to her on September 28th, and yeah, she spent when we were all in Michigan for the writing retreat that I hosted, which I lovingly call Written in a Mitten,
Yeah.
because Michigan is shaped like Little Mitten. And my sister actually was on that retreat and met everybody who was there, and
Oh, fun.
it was super fun. And she was reading it during that retreat, and of course, all of my beta readers were on that retreat too. So it was super fun to have
So cool.
everybody
So everyone
there.
got to like talk about the lore and
Yeah,
everything. Ah,
yeah,
so
it was
exciting.
super fun.
Awesome.
So now that your sister spread it, when do the rest of us get to read it?
Yeah, I stay tuned. There's things brewing with Tabitho, so stay tuned.
We'll remember you said that. Sorry, I lost my place.
Yeah, sorry, I totally
Comments, you guys.
sidetracked us.
Oh, no worries, no worries. Okay, Anna's saying yes, it is the 30-hour write-a-thon with a shared spreadsheet. We start at 8 a.m. EST on Saturday. So if anyone wants to do that 5K day, there will be lots of live streams. Nia's also aiming for a 10K for the weekend, was up until the second 2 a.m. and did first sprint with Anya. Left it running for the rest of the stream, but had to sleep. I'm glad you got some sleep. Usually when it comes to novels, my chapters become very long, so whenever I hit 15K, I have to remind myself to calm down and have lunch. Is that 15K a chapter, or 15K for the day? Or, wow, I'm stunned by this. Got all the minute text boxes done for my timer. Now to move on to the seconds. See, this is what I was doing.
No.
Is this?
No, don't do that.
Is it using a code that you
I mean,
usually use?
a lot of editing software does have the ability to do countdown timers or like things like that automatically.
Yeah.
You'd have to check for your own software.
But on my timers, I like for them to be gradient, like the color of the timer matches the colors in the video.
You can change the font though, I think.
The font, but not the colors. So I use
the colors of what?
Too. Of the actual time, like if you go on the Goop timer, if you actually look at the countdown timer, the gradient of the numbers match the blue of the sky and the gray beige of the dock. I was very like aesthetic about it. So
I feel really bad.
I feel like
I
you should be able to do that, but
what? What'd you say? Sorry.
Me, Anna.
You, Marta.
I feel like you should be able to do that.
Maybe.
But I don't know exactly how.
I did try. Like I tried really hard actually. So there was an author tuber who I really loved who had put out and I was a really, I mean, I'm still a baby author tuber, but I was really like under 500 subscribers at this time. And an author tuber I really loved put out a timer video, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to make a timer. Like, would you mind letting me know how you got your like an actual timer on your video? And she was like, oh yeah, I just watched a YouTube tutorial. And I was like, thanks for the information.
Oh, that's so rough when someone's like, yeah, I Googled it. And you're like, oh, sorry, bye.
Yeah, like, okay. It's like, ooh, okay.
Yeah, I'm using iMovie because I just refuse to use. I tried Premiere Pro and it gave me nightmares, so I don't think there's a way I can do it in iMovie, unfortunately, but I could be wrong.
I mean, the way I think my current editing software can do it in the software itself, but the one I was using before couldn't because my laptop can't support anything more powerful than that. And the way I did it at the time was using like an HTML script and JavaScript and that sort of thing, and then record the screen of that and use that in the video. So that would work for any method really, but that's also a bit overcomplicated if you don't do coding.
I wouldn't
And you
even
can
know
definitely
where to
do color
start.
gradient in that.
I don't know. Canva, it was super fun making over 500 individual pictures.
And I,
I
obviously
would get
today
so annoyed doing that.
we did 30-minute sprints today, and I knew I wanted a long timer, so I was like, oh, let's try this out. I don't know what I was thinking. If I was to do 30 minutes, that would take me ages and ages and ages.
Yeah.
So moral of the story is thank you so much, everyone who makes timers for us to use, especially Laura, who made all of our timers today. Thank you. Your effort does not go unappreciated. But we are just about at the 2-hour mark, so I think we'll wrap up to give everyone a little breathing room before the closing ceremony. So thank you everyone so much for coming. I hope you got some good words in and ended the write-a-thon on a happy note. Would you guys
Thank
like
you
to
so
do
much for
some
hosting
outros?
us, Anna.
Oh,
sorry.
sure. Do you want to do your outros?
Yeah, I'm Wallissimo. Theoretically, I will be making videos again soon. I'm hoping before Christmas I should have some new videos up. It won't be like a new year kind of thing, hopefully. But who knows? Maybe I'll be doing a new year, new me. We'll see. But
No pressure.
no pressure at all. And thank you again so much, Anna, for hosting, and
Yeah.
Marta for joining too. It's been so much fun.
And my name is Marta. I make writing related videos every second Wednesday except for November when I'll be doing more art focused videos every single Wednesday. I am currently drawing all of my Project Side characters. The first one will be out next Wednesday and then it'll be like once a week for the rest of the month. So if you're interested in that, subscribe and check it out. And I'm very looking forward to sharing that soon. And also thank you Anna for hosting.
Happy. Yay! I'm so spoiled getting a Marta video every week.
Well, I hope every week. I'm like already a bit behind. We'll find out.
No pressure. Yeah, thank you guys both so much for coming on this really fun stream journey with me today. My name is Anna Robbins. I am a fantasy writer who sometimes makes videos. I'm working on my annual nano vlog that will be way too long for anyone's good. I'm thinking about maybe splitting it into 2 parts. I might put up a poll just to see what everyone thinks, if they would prefer a 2-parter to maybe post like mid-month and late month, or I'll just, put the whole 50-minute thing on YouTube. I have not decided.
That's tough because I love long videos. I love just like sitting
know.
down and just like hunkering down for the whole story, Oh, that's my vote. My vote is one big one at the end of the month.
Heard. That's how I feel too. But I'll throw it out to the poll and see what we get. But yeah, have a great rest of your Sunday, everyone. Thanks so much again, and happy writing.
Bye.
Bye.